morning, everyone. You are listening to Blue Collar Chat Podcast, and I'm your host, Splash. We are in season 8. I hope you are all having a great day and just kicking it out there on the job sites, killing it. It's a Monday morning. I hope you've had your coffee because you know I'm going to come with a full brew of coffee. Well, today's episode is fun. I'm excited. As you guys know, back in January, February, the National Hardware Show was out, and I went down to Vegas, literally down because I'm in Utah, and I met some amazing tool creators who were also contractors, and I have one on today. How are you doing, Dave?
Good, Flash. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's Monday morning, and I'm ready to kick it into gear. So
yeah, me too. Me too, man. Got to get the week rolling here.
Got to get it going. So, Dave, I met you at the trade show. You were in the New Invention Center, or the New Invention part.
Yeah.
And was this just a few things? What is your background in contracting?
Yeah, so I've been working construction since I was 13 years old. My dad was always a real estate owner, whether it was flipping or just buying real estate, single family homes and duplexes to rent. So he had me out there, demoing, doing as much as a 13-year-old could do, So ever since I was 13, I always kind of been in the trades. I've been full-time in the trades for 15 years, and people ask me what I do, and it's easier to say what I don't do. So I don't blacktop and I don't paint. If I don't have to, I can paint, but I'm not going to.
What was the first thing you said? You don't blacktop?
I don't blacktop. Asphalt.
What's that? Oh, you don't asphalt. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We call it blacktop.
I've never termed it. I've never heard the term that way, but I like it.
That's a difference in culture, probably, right?
Well, where are you located at?
Yeah, so I'm in Western New York, so about 40 minutes north of Buffalo.
Oh yeah, that's right. I told you didn't have an accent. Yeah. I don't hear that New York accent.
Good. Yeah, we're on the west side of the state. So people say, you say New York and people automatically think New York City, right? And we are completely on the other side of the state. Have nothing to do with the city. So
nice. How long does it take you to get to the city from where you're at?
It's about 9 hours.
Oh fuck.
You got to go all the way across the state, brother. Yep.
Is the speed limit that slow?
Yeah, it's 65 up here.
Oh, that's fucking slow. We can go 80 here.
Yeah. There's a lot of, there's a lot of, there's a lot of other policy here too, but 65 in New York State. Yeah. As soon as you get out of New York State, you're hitting 70. So kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
Hawaii is the same way. Hawaii has a very slow speed limit too.
Hawaii does? Yeah.
Yeah. So if a homeowner called you or a general contractor, what is it? Is there something that you really is your niche in the contractor world?
Yeah. So my specialties are I figure myself a Class A finish carpenter, but I do full remodels. I'm actually on the site doing one right now. 3 baths and doing the whole house, floors, doors.
See, this is real shit from the job site. Someone just came to his
This is my painter. This is my painter, man.
Yeah. Let him go.
Splash, give me a second. Mark, what's happening?
I just stopped by. A job out there.
I'm on a podcast right now, so let me get with you in a minute.
All
right. This is real life stuff, man. I'm on the site.
See, that's fucking awesome. I've actually never had that. In 200 episodes, I've never had another contractor interrupt one.
That's funny.
I had someone steal coffee from someone else while they were in a coffee shop talking to me, but never that. So you hire out your painting, you sub it out.
Yeah.
So you are a main GC. Are you a main GC on most projects? Where you house?
Yeah. But I don't hire. Painting's the only thing I hire out. Everything else I do.
I don't want to take offense to why you don't like painting, but why don't you?
I don't. No. I don't mind it, but there's another. I want a quality job, right? So I know that there's someone else out there that's going to do a better job than I am painting wise.
We call that staying in your fucking lane. Listen, everyone. It's great that you can do it.
Exactly.
It's like this. So we had a flood in my basement this year.
Okay.
And I have carpet that was ripped up. The carpet saved. It got like a day worth of water, but we got it all out. I need it stretched. And I know I can do it.
Yeah.
But I also know that I'm married, and if there's like a little bump in it or it's just not secure, I'm not going to hear the fucking end of it. So
I hear you, dude.
I'm hiring a guy or a gal to stretch it out. I like when I called the carpet company, he's like, "That's all you want?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." He's like, "Well, where you don't?" I'm like, "It says carpet installation, carpet repair."
Yeah.
So then I threw in another room to make my wife happy. I'm like, "Hey, why don't we just get the floor in here that you wanted done?" And yeah, it's yeah, stay in your fucking lane. Like, that's great. And probably too, you don't want to get your beard. Like, that's a dope, that's like a beard. For those that can't see, you'll see.
I'm working on it.
It's there, man.
You got the starter kit going. You'll be there in a little bit.
Oh, dude, no, I can grow mine out, but the minute mine gets as long as yours, there's divorce papers. I grew my beard out. I should never admit this on my podcast, but I'm going to. Do you know the Christmas Story? Like the characters that how the TV show has the Norwal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the short little dude with the big red beard, short, stocky, chubby.
Is that you?
That is exactly what I look like when I wear flannel in the winter.
Rocket, dude.
I do, but having a ginger beard, and now that I'm getting a little older, I have like this really weird little bit of gray, but my beard gets redder. I don't know what it is. Like usually as you get older, your beard should go gray, right?
Yeah, right.
In the last 4 years, if I get any longer than this, it actually turns red. Like it is red now, but it like turns like fucking. Pardon this, but if this is you, I apologize. No, not really. It's like fire crotch beard all over my face.
I knew you were going there with it. I knew it. Yeah.
No,
I knew it.
It's like eating.
You gotta rock it, dude. Just be you.
No,
you gotta rock that.
So for those guys that have grown a beard, I love that this went to the beards. It gets really itchy. Like right at the very end of my mustache, so I can't. It drives me nuts. And I've tried all the creams. So if you're a beard company and you want to sponsor a podcast, send me some swag. I'll do it. I'll grow the beard out. But I've done the brushing, the grooming. It just itches. So that's truly one of the reasons why I don't. But I do love when I shave it off because I do the Hulkster. I do the chops.
Oh yeah,
all that shit. And I have to wear it for a week. I tell my wife, and she hates it. And I usually do it when we're getting ready to go to a country concert because it just looks great with my cowboy hat.
Yeah,
and my Daisy Duke shorts and my cowboy boots.
Yeah.
I'm not going with you. I'm like, yes, you are.
Get those 5-inch inseams out, baby. We're going.
Oh, that's all I wear in the summertime. That's it. If I wear anything that's longer than 5-inch, my wife's like, go up and check. Like, all right, mama. That's what she said.
Oh,
God, she's gonna hit you for this. Okay, so you're out of New York, you contract.
Yep.
So being a carpenter, you deal with a lot of tools. You deal with a lot of drills and saws. Yeah. What are the 5 tools you use probably the most?
Impact.
Okay, so your impact.
Well, impact, driver, multi-tool, and then I carry 3 cordless trim guns with me all the time, right? So 18 gauge, 15 gauge, and a 23 gauge. Right.
Do you have a brand affiliate? Are you like a loyal brander?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I've been a DeWalt guy for 10 years, but Milwaukee's kind of pulling on my heartstrings right now just with what they're doing. I mean, they're killing it, man. They are killing it. The cordless on the cordless market. I mean, they are killing it. So
do you have Milwaukee?
I have a couple Milwaukee drills.
Yeah. Have you compared them to your DeWalt?
Like a run test? No, I've seen it though, right? So there's a lot of guys, like a lot of YouTube guys that put that stuff out. Yeah. But
fuck those YouTube guys. Do you know what they don't tell you? You know what they don't, and I actually called one of them out, and he got mad at me. But it's the truth. I told him. I said, I know what you did. His batteries weren't fully charged.
What, jog the battery down? Yeah. Anything for a good show, whatever.
No, dude, trust me. I'm like the fucking jokester of videos. Like, I'm not a brand loyal guy.
Okay.
Hint, hint, nod, nod, Flex Tools. You need some better marketing. But I love my Milwaukee's. I love my Milwaukee's. So
Yeah.
you said the multifunction tool. Which one is that? Is that the one that
multi
changes the?
multi-tool, right? So it's like
Oh,
got
okay.
you know what I'm talking about? It's got an
Yeah,
oscillating
I have one
small
right
blade
here,
on it.
actually. I have one in my
Yeah.
studio.
Phenomenal. You use it
I
for
love it.
everything, dude. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal.
Do you
So,
change your blades a lot on them? Do you find you're changing your blades a lot on them?
Yeah, because you're using it. I mean, I'm using them in every application, right? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you blow the blades up continuously. But man, that thing is phenomenal.
Okay, so we're gonna hear from a sponsor, because after that, I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna tell the audience why I asked you about your tools. So let's hear from our sponsor, and we'll be back with Dave.
Sounds
No
good.
handouts, just work. That is the motto of blue collars across the world. You and me alike, we understand what it is to get off a job site, look all dirty, getting ready to go out to dinner, trying to find some clothes that still represent that we are blue collar to the bone. Well, visit my friends at Trep Wear. That's TREP wear.com. What is Trep, you ask? It stands for the real everyday people. That's you. That's you every day. You are real. You are an everyday human being that just loves and has passion about what you do. Well, wear it pridefully on your shirts, on your shorts, on your jackets, and on your baseball hats. Visit my friends at trepwear.com and use my code SPLASH25, get 25% off, and be part of the real everyday people of the blue collar world. And that is one of my newest sponsors of the show in season 8. Go visit trepwear.com, use my code SPLASH25, 25% off. They make some great shirts. We need to get you in one of their in their jackets there, Dave.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So not only your contractor, you created a tool. That's why you were at the trade show. And it deals with what you said, your impact, all of your tools. Vehicle storage solution. So you're in your work truck right now, which I love that you're actually in your work truck. You're in the space that probably you feel really comfortable in.
So this is my office. Yeah.
This is your office.
It's my office, dude.
Look at that.
That's right.
So what is Vehicle Storage Solutions first? Tell us about what it is.
Yeah, so Vehicle Storage Solutions is a producer of in-vehicle storage for contractors, right? So we produce right now we have 3 products that produce an efficient, organized way to store your tools, right? So before this, you're either storing in bags, some people store in 5-gallon buckets, or in the back seat or in the bed of the truck, totally unorganized, right? And most guys that work out of their trucks are carrying around the same number of tools I am. I mean, I carry around 2 drivers, 2 impacts, 3 trim guns, multi-tool, and then, over a dozen batteries at a time, right? So, dude, there's no good place or good way to store them. You're digging through bags. They're all over the place in the back of your truck. They're in the bed of your truck, bombing around, getting damaged. Dude, if you put a camera in the bed of your truck, right? And most guys, run a tonneau cover. You put a camera in the bed of your truck and go drive to the site and see what's actually going on with your, $400 18 gauge trim gun. You'll never put it back there again, ever. Right. Yeah. So we are, we're providing a safe, efficient, organized way to store your tools. Nobody's doing this. Nobody has products like this for in-vehicle storage. So we're solving a problem. I came up with the first design on a roof. I was doing a metal roof, right? And it just came to me. I made one on the site, grabbed the guy's welder in his garage. I had some flat stock steel in the truck, and just kind of threw one together. And then it's progressed from there, right? So, the initial design was archaic, but it worked. Still worked. So, that's kind of VSS in a nutshell.
Show us. I know you're in your truck now. We'll get in more of the detail, but if you can, show us, for those that are watching the video, can you show us what it looks like? Because you have a really unique way of doing it. So
So like I said, we have 3 products right now. And it's called the Rack series. It's Rack 1, Rack 2, Rack 3. This is the Rack 2. And this provides drill or multi-tool storage plus battery, right? So we got 4 batteries on the top. It'll actually hold 8. You can run, just keep your batteries in your drills. this isn't how it's installed. We install it in the back seat, right? So you can use all 4 headrests, but this would go on the back seat. This was just for the sake of the video to kind of show you what's up. But super easy to install, Splash. All you do is pull the headrest, and then there's a channel on the back of this unit. Slip the headrest post back through the channel and insert it in the seat, and you're ready to rock, man. So,
nice. And it doesn't bounce while driving. It's not
No,
bouncing. It's
no,
not scratching the
no.
seat. You thought that process through.
Yeah, so made of steel, powder coated. I've been running these in my truck for over 4 months now. Haven't had a battery come off. Haven't had a drill pop off. Yeah, it doesn't bomb around. This thing's solid.
So battery companies like DeWalt, Milwaukee, those are the 2 main ones. We'll just stay on their tells right now.
Yeah.
Do you make one for each battery system?
Yeah.
Or is it pretty universal with the way it drives?
It's so we started off with making those cutouts all different, right? And then as we approached, positive feedback, we went to kind of a universal design. So you could throw your Milwaukee on there, you can throw your DeWalt on there, rigid, flex. Yeah, so we gotta make it, we gotta make it usable for most contractors, right?
I was pretty impressed with your product when I saw it at the booth. So
Thanks, man.
I walked around a few booths just to, get the grasp of what everything was at. And the National Hardware Show, I will give it to them. They actually this is a really good show this year in 2023. It's a very successful show for inventors and tool companies alike. Other than you guys being clear out and fucking BFE to walk to you guys, that was my only complaint. Like they had to do inventors like clear in the corner.
Oh,
but it made sense because they had all the stages over there for you guys to go and pay the obscene amount of money to go on their stage and shit like that. Your tools actually, your tool makes sense because for me, like I'm a pack out guy. I'm not gonna lie. I've had in my work truck. I have a big black box, the DeWalt version of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I upgraded a Husky, so I have the Husky version, and shit just gets in there. But like you're looking for your oscillated tool, or you're looking like you have. I love that you have 2 impact drills. So a lot of people are like, well, what? You worry that one's going to break? Well, no. Like I just know, one's a little smaller, fits underneath the kitchen sink, or whatever that is. So from start to finish, you made the archaic one. You said, how long did it actually take you to realize, like, I'm gonna fucking pull the trigger and make this a real tool? What was that thought process for those inventors out there?
That's a really good question, Splash, because I had no intention to do anything with it. Absolutely zero intention. It solved a problem for me. As I began to realize, just off of feedback from my buddies, and they're all in the trades, and they started giving me good feedback, and I'm like, well, you're my bud, you're just hyping me up, you're just, whatever. Then I started showing some other people that had no bias, right? And the feedback was just continuously positive. So I would say, dude, probably, I mean, I ran that one on my truck for probably a month, without any inkling of, creating a business, creating or forming a business around this. And then really started digging into how I could design it better, more uses, and then develop further products off of it. So, but yeah, dude, the intention was for myself.
So
let's solve a problem for myself.
Thanks for not being selfish. That was nice of you. So one of my thoughts, the first thought I had when I saw your product was, one, is it going to scratch my seat? Which, not that I'm uberly worried about it, but there's some dudes out there, you know who you are. You drive pavement princesses, but you have your tools in there. So you don't want anything damaged, which ultimately means you just don't want your wife yelling at you or your spouse. And I didn't ask you this at the show, it just was going a million miles an hour at the show. Can I remove that with all those on there?
Yeah.
Can I remove? Oh, yeah. So because like for me, I I do every day. I will bring my tools into my house. I have a lock shop inside my own place of residence. So you're not going to get in. Like, one, my dogs will get you before I can even get you. and I have one that's 140 pounds. So
Yeah.
he'll throttle you before I even get there. But I live in a safe neighborhood. I'm just saying, like in general, but like I always bring my tools in. I've had shit stolen. We're contractors. So if that is your jam, you're grabbing your tools, taking them inside. This is actually something that's pretty easy, pretty lightweight. It didn't seem. I know you had it off in the at the show, so completely mobile.
Yeah. So these units have quick. They have quick release on them, right? So once you put it on the headrest, you don't ever have to take the headrest off again. So quick release, then the back portion stays on the headrest, and then you have a mounting, the same mounting bracket where you could put anywhere, right? So enclosed trailer, garage, shop, job site, right? And so you can have that mounted anywhere. You can move this baby around, right? So maybe I'm running it in my enclosed and I'm not taking the enclosed trailer today. Let's throw it back in the truck. I want to bring it inside. So move it around. Because everybody's got different uses, right? So for me, in my application in this truck, dude, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. But for you, Splash, like you were saying, you may want to take it out every evening. And so we're making that available.
Nice. I like it. It's definitely a concept. I think that I know we'll just say TTI. For those that don't know, I mean, you guys should know this, but TTI, who owns Milwaukee, Rigid, Hart, Ryobi, they own all of them. They're really getting into this game of storage and utility use. So for you to be a contractor out there making something that these companies haven't even thought about, brilliant on you. And you've gone as far as thinking, like for me, like, I use my tools in my shop at home for my home use, and I use them when I'm out on job sites. So it is multi, that's part of the reason why, because my wife was like, hey, where's the impact? I'm like, it's right there. But now she has her own tool set, so I'm not going to get that from her. But it works because you can put your drills on it. Can you actually put your skill saw on it?
You cannot on this version. You cannot. No.
Okay.
Nope. But
so everything up to your skill saw, because your oscillating tools you can put on your both kind of drills, your and you said your nail guns. You can equip your nail guns on it.
Trim guns. Yep.
Nice. Yeah. And you're I don't want to say, because you told me at the show, I think you were coming up with some new is your final concept where you're going to have everything included, batteries and all that jazz?
So yeah, the design platform is to go modular, right? So the rack one is a bar, right? And that's like quantity over kind of quantity. I'm not gonna say quality because the thing's built like a tank.
Oh, they're tough. They're fucking tough.
Yeah. So so the rack one's got a bar, and you could fit 9 tools on it, non-discriminatory. I mean, as long as you got a belt hook on your drills or your trim guns, which they all come with every major brand, you can run it. So being able to, like I said, right? So everybody's application is different. So let's let the consumer design what's going to work best for them. So being able to move and introduce the rack 1 to the rack 2, the rack 2 to the rack 3, vice versa, is kind of what we're chasing.
Yeah. So, and I like you said when, where you can applicate it. I like the job site thing. You may be on a job site for 4 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks.
Exactly,
where you're like,
man.
fuck, and I know a lot of guys, they have fake storage. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's guys out there that take fake storage cabinets. So they take the back out of the storage cabinet and drill it to some studs.
Yeah.
And they lock it in there. Yeah. So, this is something you could, mount onto there, or even just put on some, on some studs, and just know, hey, here's all the drills.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, exactly. So dude, crave.
Sorry,
go ahead, Flash.
No,
contractors crave organization, right? Oh, yeah. And so, I mean, we'll say 60% of us look like a mess sometimes, right? Because we don't have the proper tools or setups, right, to actually stay organized. And when you're looking for tools all day long, I mean, add up time, you're friggin' wasting, an hour every day trying to figure out where everything is. My batteries aren't charged. Why aren't my batteries charged? Because I can't find them. I'm charging the same 3 batteries because they're just buried in bags. So this is a legitimate solution for on-site contracting, or if you're working out of your vehicle, constantly going back and forth from your vehicle, um, doing repairs. It works, man. It really
Teaching
does.
your kids organization. Don't touch my drills.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a big thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
dudes, come on. I actually have a drawer that my kids can use those drills. I'm like, here, just use them. Like, don't touch anything else.
Yeah.
I am spoiling them though because they're only using Milwaukee. So when they move out and they have to buy it,
they're gonna be shell shocked. Yeah, they're gonna be shocked. This cost how much? But that's the other thing too, right? Cost. So we provide safety that'll hopefully prolong, if you're using your tools properly, prolong the life of your tools.
Yeah.
All right.
So. We got to hear from our sponsor, but I have a question about what people that are already using your tools have said. So we'll dive into that right after the sponsor.
Got it.
Hey everyone, Splash here with Monkey Run Products, your go-to ladder safety and paint accessories. Let's first talk about their paint accessories. If you're going through rollers and just tired of throwing them away or just don't have the time to clean them, they have the new Spin Pro and Spin Pro Mini available. It's an amazing tool. It'll do your 3-inch all the way up to your 18-inch if you have the wherewithal to use those monstrous rollers on the job site. Also, their ladder accessories are amazing. It's like having an extra hand up on the ladder, but safely being able to access all your tools that you need to get the job done. Visit my friends at monkeyrung.com. Use my code SPLASH10 and make sure you subscribe to their emails because they have a whole list of tools coming out for 2023 and you do not want to be left behind. All right, a little Toto for you, some Monkey Rung. So what has been the feedback since you've been using this, Dave? Because how many do you think you have right now on the field of your tools? You have quite a few, you have quite a few, don't you?
Yeah. There's quite a few There's quite a few getting ran right now. You know what the feedback is, Flash? It's been nothing but, my gosh, it's been nothing but positive, which has been phenomenal for me in regards to just launching a business, right? You got to know, for us, I had to know that it was going to be useful for other people. Useful for me, 100%, right? But getting people to buy into the idea and actually use it and see the usefulness of it has been phenomenal. Here's the three major points of feedback I've gotten, right? The first is, why didn't I think of that? The second is genius. And, if they knew me, I'm, half brain dead anyway, so that's not true. And the third thing is, which is the most important for me, was I can't live without it, right? So I had a gentleman had to remove it for a day and work without it. I don't know what I can't remember the reason or whatever. And he called me at the end of the day and he said, Dave, take it out of your truck and go try to work a day without it, and you'll lose your mind. You'll absolutely lose your mind. So it's working, man. I mean, it's so simple, Splash. It's the concept is unbelievably simple, because the major concept is, and our kind of our, not our claim to fame, but our main quotation of the company, right, is imagine the organization of your workshop in your vehicle, right? Yeah. So you go into a cabinet maker's workshop, and usually the thing is like, I mean, I'm sure you've been in them before. I mean, everything is just like in its place, right? It feels good. I mean, they're not messing around. Those guys are living and dying on efficiency, right? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So we wanted to bring that concept to the blue collar worker, him or her, that works out of their vehicle, van, truck, SUV, whatever, on a daily basis, and provide them with that same efficiency. So
yeah, you hit it on the head when it comes to unorganized. I don't know what it is in the trades. I think, like we see things differently than the world. If you're blue collar, I feel safe speaking for all of us in the sense like we just see things differently. We see a job that we're doing a bit on, and we walk away, and we may have never laid tile, let's just say, but we have a tile saw.
Okay.
We've done a little bit of it. We've watched some YouTube and Instagram videos. We walk away like, fuck, I can do that. I'm going to do it. And then you added tile to your job.
Yeah.
But when it comes to organization, we go so fast through life, but you know where everything is.
Yeah.
You know, blue collar people, they know. You could say, look, I haven't seen that Milwaukee or, that Makita drill. Like, I'll fucking tell you where it is.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, but it's just that. So with your, with the vehicle storage solutions that you're making is habit. Once you do things enough, it becomes habit. So if you're putting your drills away where they go, you've created that habit. Usually after 20 or 30 days, it depending on how crazy you are, it'll do that. So I can see where, you said that your best thing is, hey, Dave, take it out of your truck, then go try to work it. Like, it makes sense. Like, you're so used to putting it up there, and even if you're a guy that has a tool belt and you're hanging 2 or 3 drills off you, when you get into your truck, instead of just whipping it off, you're like, boom, 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 here's my tools. Here's my, my tool bag now. And you've created that, that condition of like, hey, I really like being organized. Because let's be honest, like, aside from those freaks that have like the amazing, you were saying like the cabinet, like some people have just the cleanest shops, but then there's some of us, like, our trucks are dirty, or our shops. Like, I have a best friend who lives here, and he's like, he'll call me every blue moon, or when he comes over, he always peeks his head in my shop. He's like, oh, it's clean. I'm like, well, yeah, because I like it clean. And now I understand why, but when I'm renting a trailer, a truck, and have 2 shops, sometimes it's like, I would pull guys off my job site. Like, to get to what you're saying, I have pulled guys off job sites. Like, they're supposed to be painting a job, and it's worth my money to pay them. I'd send them back to the shop. Like, what am I doing? Like, just go clean it. You want me to spend the whole day at the fucking shop? Like, yes, because this is why. I can't find a tool that I know I need, and I don't really want to go spend the $300 on whatever it is to get it done. And sure as shit, he finds it, but with what you're doing, you have that ability to, to do that. And I know that we talked to the show that you're going to expand into being able to have your handsaw on there and different things, because like for me, I'm 2 drills, my oscillating and my skill saw. Like, those are, I don't, when I crown mold, I don't have battery crown mold. I'm still old on the air compressor. I've not updated.
You can hang those on there too, man.
Yeah. So I don't, and honestly, let's be real. Nothing against Pack Out, nothing against any of those companies that make those kind of tote. Well, I think it's the right word, the tote. Shit's just thrown in there. Unless you have that really bad OCD that we see on Instagram where they have these foam inserts cut out, but then you have like 10 stacks. Oh, you haven't seen that. So with the Milwaukee Pack Outs, there's so many aftermarket parts.
Okay.
Like, I like, even looking at your tool, like, I don't know if you've done this or looked at it, but when I was at the show, your tool actually can fit on the side of a Milwaukee Pack Out.
Yeah.
So I could have that on the outside. I don't know how it secures because I haven't played with it, but I could secure it on there where all my drills are on the back side, and that's kind of that way of being a blue collar worker is, or even a DIYer. Like, if you're a DIYer, maybe you're organized and you want the organization. You want to know where everything is at. That's the worst feeling. One of the worst feelings as a contractor is getting on a job site, knowing you have the tool to get it done, and it's not there.
Yeah. I agree.
And you went above and beyond putting the batteries up there, because you had to think about that. Like, okay, if I have my drill, what's the other thing I need?
Yeah.
I need my batteries. So, and in that video, I didn't notice this because I don't think you said it at the show, but in that video you did. So if you want to rewind it, go back and look at the video. You actually can have the battery on the drill or whatever the tool is, and you spaced it enough to have that battery on there, even if it's the bigger batteries. Like, if you're using like the 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
You are just so everyone knows, most of my podcasts are recorded ahead of time. So right now we're in February. Let's just be real. So you tentatively plan, because you do have them available to purchase right now.
Yeah, pre-order
on
right
the
now.
website on pre-order.
Yep.
But you said in the next few months, because this episode we don't know when will be released, and I'll make a note in the post of this. But where can they get your? Let's see if I have your website right. So vehiclestoragesolutions.com, right?
You got it, brother. Yep, that's it.
And you have three. You have a rack 1, a rack 2, and a rack 3.
Yep.
So go take a look at them. We'll share some pictures on the social media side as well. But other than that, how was your show? Like, was this your first hardware show?
Yeah, it was my first trade show ever, dude. Yeah.
And what was
First
your
trade
take
show
on
ever.
it? I like to hear stories of people's trade show talks,
Yeah.
because it's there. I've heard a lot of bad and I've heard a lot of good. So
Okay. It couldn't have gone better for me. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, the well worth the money, that's for sure. Well worth the time and the money and the effort getting out there. But it was outstanding. So Splash, like I think I told you at the show. So this wasn't really in front of the public eye. I mean, on the masses, right? So I'm a hometown boy, so around here, people knew kind of what was going on in my small circle. But as far as nationwide, it wasn't in front of the public eye. So we had launched that Monday. I think that's when we met. Or Tuesday, right? So Tuesday the 31st, we had met, and we launched that morning, right? So the amount of feedback that we got that day from consumer level retailers, distributors, other inventors, dude, it was nothing but positive. It was absolutely nothing but positive. It was outstanding. Yeah, I could exist in that environment 24/7, right? And it's
yeah.
it's unrealistic, right? But it was outstanding. Yeah, yeah, and the atmosphere was special, right? So we were surrounded by, I mean, how many inventor booths were there? About 50? You say?
Yeah, I'd say
Maybe,
a little over 50. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we were kind of all, most of us were kind of all on the same page. Some of us ahead of others, but we're all kind of rooting for each other, right? So the atmosphere in that section of the show was special. So it was amazing for my first trade show experience. I mean, the NHS killed it, man.
So recommendation, if you're a contractor or a tool inventor listening to this podcast, you would recommend that they go to the show.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
it's a great show. And you where you were at, so you were actually at the end. You had the stage in front of you.
Yep.
So, and you were near another guy that had just created a tool. The guy that had the ceiling fan.
Yeah.
So
James. Yeah.
James, he had just made that, like literally weeks before.
Correct.
Yeah. And then on the other side of you is a booth that I know that have been there. They've been there a few times, so you, like you said, it was special. You're around people and you really can tell, the camaraderie that you guys have together.
Yeah.
It's not like it's competition. And that's one thing that I've always preached in the community over competition. And it goes without saying, listen, some of you guys are Fords, some of you are Chevys, some of you are Toyotas, or GMCs, whatever you want to fucking throw in. It's the same thing with tools. Some of you are Flex. Not everyone's gonna be your cup of tea. In the trades, we shit on each other. But you talk about us outside of the trades, then you got the whole fan behind you. And it's that same thing of you were, it's interesting. So like with you, I'll post, I have not posted your video, which I will, it being February, but, go back in because this will be released. So go back and look at the videos of you there. And, just listening to you guys and the energy and excitement, it goes without saying, the love. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you can hear the passion from you guys, as someone who's there as like an onlooker, you know, looking at these tools and working with other companies. Like I'm there for a few reasons at the show, but the first thing I notice is, okay, everyone's excited. You guys really love your product. And honestly, this show, especially this one, everybody knew what their tool was. You weren't flipping through. And what I mean by that is, like, had you done this 6 months ago, like the guy with the ceiling fan, I really believe he's probably thought about that for a long time, but everybody knew what their tool was, and what it was. And the reception, like I was at dinner on Tuesday night, which is the first night, with about 10 other, people that were at the show. And it was, hey, did you hear that? Oh, who is he? Oh, it's the dude with the beard, or it's the dude with the ceiling fan, or that guy with the blue and red paintbrush. So it's different seeing all these. Like every tool stood out along with the person, that personality that goes along with it. So I love it. And so you have 3 systems. Are you looking to do more? Is that part of what you're looking to do to add on to your SKUs?
Yeah, for sure. So, like I've been preaching application, right? So I think that there's more designs to secure everybody's application, right? Or fill everybody's needs. And that's going to come with getting product in people's hands, right?
Yeah.
Tell me what you need. There's no ego with this, Splash. You know what I mean? I'm providing a tool or a system for guys like me, and they got to tell me what they need. This could be a little bit different in this way. So yeah,
it's a very
further
thoughtful.
products.
It's a very thoughtful tool that you're like, hey, this is for everybody. And I think when you started handing them out to your friends, like, hey, try this out, you really saw that, like, fuck, this is really badass. I'm cool with that. So yeah. Well, next time we're at the show, hopefully I'll see you next time. We can grab some beers. I know that you said you were pretty. You're like, I'm exhausted, man, because it's such high energy. Like
it is.
I know they do it in Vegas. And Vegas is a great place, but I'm telling you, Tool Inventors, if you've never been, that first time you go, it's exhausting. There's a lot of energy, and your guys' booth was. I sat back and watched. Part of what I do. You guys were literally Rolodexing people through your booth.
It was wild. Yeah, it was wild. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Any you don't need to tell us, but I'm just curious. Any discussions with getting into stores?
Yeah. So since the show, right? So this is another reason to go to the show, man, because you're getting in front of people that it would take 100 to 200 phone calls, right? Yeah. And Splash, it would take 100 to 200 phone calls just to freaking get them on, right? And you're getting in front of people. Better yet, they're coming to you, so you know that there's interest, immediately. So I mean, there's nothing. A lot of people resonate with this, but there's oftentimes no better feeling in life than being wanted, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm not trying to get emotional here, but it's
okay.
true.
We're blue
right?
collar. We're emotional people. We just hide it really well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But so since the show, I've had 2 distributors reach out, trying to put a deal together with them too. I'm pretty sure I just got into my first retailer yesterday. Company out of Syracuse that wants to stock them. So, dude, yeah, I mean the value. People kind of hesitate or flex at the thought of dropping $3,000 on just a booth. And I'm telling you right now, I would don't tell NHS this, but I would pay more because the value is there.
No, their price point. NHS's price point is good. I only have one issue with what their pricings are. I understand it, but like you guys were offered or extended I think it's 15 minutes on the stage for like $3,000 or $2,000. It is expensive.
Yeah.
I understand it because the people in that room are there to buy you out. Like it is worth it. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but like that coin's a little bit different. And as I've been doing this, I want to reel back to you being in a store. Listen, and I'm gonna get on a little soapbox here, but understand where it comes from. I've dealt for 7 years now. I've actually been in the Inventor world. You know, I have a tool. I help someone invent. It's in big stores. It's in Home Depot and Lowe's.
Right.
Okay, enough said with that. I've said that a few times on the show, but what I want to get across to the inventors like yourself, and you saw it and you just said it, is like, listen, it is not about being in Menards. It's not about being in Lowe's or Home Depot. If you have small mom and pop stores, put it in there.
Yeah.
It costs you less money. And the big difference is like the one that you're looking at. I don't even know who they are, but I can take a pretty. I feel safe saying this, knowing what I know of the industry, because it's the backside of the industry. Like you didn't know this until now. Like you're learning this from NHS, but when you are in a store, it costs money because you're taking up space. Like you literally are renting out a space that someone invented out of their ass and made a shelf or a hanger for. Sorry, I think about that. I'm like, God damn, like I gotta pay for it. It's like that Spaceballs movie. You pay for like liquid air or some shit like that. Sorry, but
I love it.
But when you're at a smaller store, their fees are less. You don't have to do like those big boxes. They already have a space for you, and this is what is the great part. They know their clients. So the store that you're at knows. And this is not talked about a lot in the space. And over talking to you guys, I'm going to actually dedicate a podcast episode to it. But like when you know your customers because they walk in and say, "Hey, what's up, Dave? What's up, Splash?" Let's say you and I are the owners of this little hardware store. Like people I know every cat that walks in that building. I know that person's going to buy DeWalt and DeWalt only. Even if I said, "Hey, dude, I have this really cool flex tool." Nope, it's more powerful. Nope, I don't want it. You know they drink decaf. You know who their kids are. So when you have these, sorry, I get chills about this because I know it works. Like reach out. If you're a new inventor and you have a tangible product, go to the smaller stores, the Ace Hardwares, and even Sherwin-Williams for that matter, and Benjamin Moore too. As a painter, they do this. Like you can go in and just put your product there.
Yeah.
Let the content creators, i.e. Splash and myself, buy these from these small rural areas and do videos on them. Because all it's going to take is a few of those posts or even just one, some fucking post that goes viral. And like, fuck, I need that vehicle storage solution. I need a rack 3. I need that today. So then they can know how to get to you because you have the packaging that has the email or they know who the store is. I can talk hours for this, but like, I think it's awesome that you're going to be in a store. You aren't, if you get into Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, Walmart, awesome. Congratulations. Just know it is a huge different world when you're in a store like that, opposed to like a smaller, like I said, I don't know what store you're in, but like when I say small, I don't mean like just like a little shack. I actually mean like a traditional Ace Hardware that's in a strip mall or something. They know who you are. And if it's local, they want to. And most of these owners, you may know this or not, like the person who owns that store, they may own 4 other stores. So they may 100%. Be in Syracuse and they have one in Jersey or Pennsylvania. Or I don't know my map. I don't know my map right now, but they may own that. So if they're seeing really good sales with you, because the whole reason that they have that store and the reason that store survives is because they're selling product out the door.
No, 100% Splash.
And if you're blue collar, especially like you and I know you are talking to me and you man to man, but like we're blue collar to the core. If we see a new tool, we're like, "Hey, baby, you go to Target. I'm going to be at the store because I'm going to drop some money on some shit. Go buy some whatever it is you're going to buy at Target for yourself." But it's the truth. So that makes me so fucking happy that you've got to retailer. Take some pictures, share it with us. Let us know when you're there. Anything else you want to get off your chest or tell the world about vehicle storage solutions?
Oh man. Try it. Try us out. Right. You won't be disappointed because we've been 99% of contractors have been looking for a way to store their tools efficiently. And I think we got it. We got it. So
that's awesome. So you can visit him on Instagram at Vehicle Storage Solutions, and I think that's your handle on all social media platforms.
Yeah.
Off the camera, I'm going to tell you about Rack System 7 that I want because I need it for me. I'm going to go past 4, 5, and 6. This I want to be called 7.
The Rack 4000, yeah, right.
Yeah. Like what's Iron Man? I'm IX. I'm 9. I want 7. I want this to be 7 because it's
I get you.
Number.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, I know you got a painter that's just itching for you to tell them what they need to paint. So make sure he listens to the podcast. But hey, it's been a pleasure. We'll end this by what I tell everyone. Listen, if you're blue collar, you have a chance to change the world. And I mean this wholeheartedly from the bottom of my soul to everyone that listens to this. When you're out in public, acknowledge another human being and say hi. You can be the person that puts a smile on a face. And out of anybody in the world, blue collars across the world, you were out in public more than anybody. And sometimes we just have bad days. But all it takes is a little head nod, wave to a kid on a bus, in a car, point to your hard hat. It doesn't matter. Tell someone their shoes are nice, buy them a soda or coffee or that hot dog. If their card's not working, we can change the world. As much as we love what we're doing, that passion carry through because we're getting to this generation now that's getting ready to retire, those old schoolers. It's upon us that are in our 40s, 30s, 50s, 20s to keep this going, because without blue collar, this world don't go. So I'll get off my soapbox with that.
Excellent.
But much love to you, Dave. Let's listen to our last sponsor. And again, I thank you for listening to the sponsors. It means a lot to me. It's what keeps the lights on and my coffee poured for me. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Splash.
Hey, everyone. Splash here with Monkey Rung Products, your go-to ladder safety and paint accessories. Let's first talk about their paint accessories. If you're going through rollers and just tired of throwing them away or just don't have the time to clean them, they have the new Spin Pro and Spin Pro Mini available. It's an amazing tool to do your 3-inch all the way up to your 18-inch if you have the wherewithal to use those monstrous rollers on the job site. Also, their ladder accessories are amazing. It's like having an extra hand up on the ladder, but safely being able to access all your tools that you need to get the job done. Visit my friends at monkeyrung.com. Use my code SPLASH10. And make sure you subscribe to their emails because they have a whole list of tools coming out for 2023 and you do not want to be left behind.